Hello, let's do one up, puzzle 246. Today's an 8 by 8. So, in the way this game works is in each row and column, we have these bold borders. Well, some rows and columns have bold borders. And those bold borders will split that row or column into segments. So, for example, we have two bold borders in this column, splitting it into a 2-length segment, a 2-length segment, and a 4-length segment. For a segment of length n, we need the digits 1 to n exactly once each. So we need 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, and 1 through 4 here exactly once each. Works the same for rows. A row or a column with no bold border needs all of 1 through 8. All right, I'm going to get started. This 2-length segment already has a 2, so it just needs a 1 there. This needs a 1 and a 2. This 2 says that's 1, that's 2. Should be, maybe there's more gimmies. Let's see. The singular 8. I'm gonna look at make sure I look at every single short segment and see if there's anything I can do with it. I call 4 or less short. So this cell here sees 1, 2, and 4, and we can only have 1 through 4 in this row, in this segment here. And so there needs to be a digit in this cell, and it can't be 1, 2, or 4. So the only digit left is 3, so it must be a 3. Then we can finish this column with a 5. Now here we do need 1, 2, and 4. The 4 can be in either of these, and then the 1, sorry, yeah, we need 1, 2, and 4. The 2 can't be here. Yeah, there's not enough to go on with that. We need 1 and 2 here, that's not resolved. Okay, let's make sure we look at everything. 1 through 4 here. Nothing really much to see there. We need 1, 3, and 4 here. Not much to see. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 through 3. There's just not any good givens around there. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. So the next thing kind of to look for is whether there's a long row or column, like a fully 8 row or column, that has a lot of really differing segment heights or widths as we go along. So starting here, I'm actually going to mark it out. That might be an interesting thing. So this isn't possibilities. This is just the length of each segment. We have length 2, length 4, length 2. I got ahead of myself. Length 8 here, length 4 here, and length 3 here. So what we're looking for is whether, yeah, so this is something to look out for, right? Because we've got 2, 3, 4, 4. We know we need 1, 2, 3, and 4 still in this row. Or rather, I guess a more clean way to put that is we need 5 and 7 in this row still. Remember, these aren't markings of what's possible in these cells. These are just markings of the height of each of these segments. This is something you can just scan in your head. But by writing it out like this, we can see that we're going to need a 5 and a 7 still in this row. And these two cells here are the only cells that go up big enough to be able to have the 5 and 7. So we know these are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 in some order. And these are going to be a 5, 7. Now, I don't think we can actually place any of those. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these pencil marks here. And then I'm going to say that these are a 5, 7 pair. Because that's what has to go in those two cells. We're going to look at more. I'm just going to start at the top here. So this is 8 length, 8 length, 2 length. Okay, this is a 2 length. I missed that. I think I didn't look at all the vertical short ones. At the very least, I missed this one. So this 2 says that's 1, that's 2. So we've got 2 8 lengths, a third 8th length, but they can't actually have an 8 in it. And then this is a 5 length. So what are the big digits we still need? We need, because we already have the 6, 8, 7, 5 would be the 3 big digits. So unfortunately, the 5 could sneak in here. So this could be a 3 or a 5. So I don't think this one's super useful. I think this row is going to be similar. Okay, we got 4, 5. Wait, this is 4, but this is 6. So 4, 6, but it can't actually have a 6. So we can consider it being a 5. So this actually we consider being a 3 because there's already a 4. This could be considered a 5. This is 8, and this is 8. This could be considered a 7, and this could be considered a 5. So we do need 8, 7, 6 here, and these 3 cells here are the only cells that can have 8, 7, 6. So I'm actually going to put 7, 6 here, 7, 6 here, and 7, 6 here. And that leaves the 3, 4, 5 to be across here. This cannot be the 4 or the 5, so this has to be the 3. And then we're left with a 4, 5 pair across here. All right. This row, we need 1 and 2 here. So okay, so this is 2 link. We can consider this to be 2 link because 3 and 4 are gone. So basically what I'm doing is I'm recording the biggest digit that can go in each cell, if you want to think about it that way. Biggest digit here is a 5. We can still do 8 here and 8 here. And this biggest digit's a 2. So here, I mean, we can see now that both of these are max 2, that this is a 1-2 pair. This is where the 1 and 2 have to go, because that's the biggest that these can be is 2. So there's 2 cells that biggest they are is 2. So those end up being only 1 and 2. And then these 3 cells, notice this can't actually be a 5 because, so this is actually maxing out at 4 because there's already a 5 in the row. So this is going to be a 3 or a 4 only. And then these, the big digits we need are 6. These can't actually be 8 because actually the row maxes out at 6. So what I should have done is said that these are max 6. I'm kind of working on this strategy as we go, because I think this is a neat new way to approach this. The max on both of these cells is 6, but this can't actually be a 6. So the max on this cell is 5. So I need a 6, which can only go here. And then this isn't actually max 5, it's max 4. So we end up with a 1-2 pair here and a 3-4 pair here. All right. Here I do need the 1, 2, and 4. So this is just down to 1, 2 if we look at the column. Yeah, so this is 1, 4. Okay, I'm not going to mark all of these. I don't mind marking cells that are down to 2 digits. I just don't think these are particularly useful ones to mark. Let's see. I'm going to mark this one too, though. These are kind of connected. So nothing super special here. How about this one? This one goes up to 6. So the max that could go here is 5, because there's already a 6 in the column. The max here is 4, because it's 4 length. The max here is, let's see, 5 is our biggest digit, yeah. So this could be max 5, and this can be max 5. So we're not going to get anything good out of this. So I'm not going to bother marking that. Here we've got 1, 3, and 4 left. So I only want to do that on the larger ones. Because the shorter ones, it's a lot easier just to think about what all the digits are and see where they go. 1, 3. So we need a 5. 5 ends up in one of these two. That is an X-wing. But I'm not sure I need to use that right now. But I'll note it in my head and we'll come back to it if I need it. 1, 2, and 3 here. So how about this row? We already did the 5, 7. Okay, so now let's look at the columns. So this column maxes out at 6. It's going to need a 5, right? So this column needs a 5. This is 4 length, this is 4 length. This can't have a 5 because there already is one. So the only place to put 5 in this whole column is here. And that resolves the 4 over here as well. Resolves this as a 4 because it can't be 5 anymore. And so we're left with 1, 3, 4. Nothing super special about that. All right, but we did get the 5. That's nice. This column, it needs everything but 6. So our max, we can max this at 8 still. In fact, this can't be a 6 because of the 6 here. So this is max 8, 8, 4, 5, 4, 5. I don't think there's anything special about that. 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 5, 7. Not seeing anything with that either. Maybe I will fill these 1, 2s just to remind myself that those are there. 1 through 4 here. 4, 3, and 4. These are all 1, 2, 3s. These are these 1, 2, 3? These are 1, 2, 3, 4s. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put these 1, 2s in. Well, this column. So we max at 5. This can have 5. This can have 2, 4, 5. I'll fill out the 1, 2s. These 1, 2s are really kind of connecting to each other. These don't connect. This is kind of its own island, but this is a 1, 2 pair. Okay, so we found out that this is a 1, 2 pair, right? This cell can only be 1 or 2, and this cell can only be 1 or 2. So they have to be different because they're in the same segment vertically. So if they're different, one of them will be 1, one of them will be 2. That uses up the 1 and 2 for the rest of the column. So this can't be 1 or 2. It maxes at 3 for the horizontal segment, so that has to be a 3. And that gives us more 1, 2s to work with. That finishes this 3 in this column here. And then we need 3 and 4 across here, but this 3 tells us the 3 goes here and the 4 goes there. And so now this is down to 1 or 2 for the row, because we have 5, 7, we have the 1, 2, but this can't be the 2. So this is 1, 2, and 1. Unfortunately, that doesn't continue. We need a 4 in this vertical segment. This 4 tells us the 4 is there. That's our 3. We need a 2 and a 5 across here. I'm going to mark that because they are down to 2, and it's interesting. We still have this 1, 2 pair across here. So this is only 3, 4. This can't be 1. Does that help? Not really. This already couldn't be 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me think about this row, because we got this 3. So we need 1, 4, 5 now. Problem is 1 can't go here. So this is only 4, 5. But how about this here? We need 1 and 3. I'm going to mark that. 1, 3, 1, 3. What am I missing? 1, 2, 4 across here. I'm getting too many marks at this point, but like everything's almost reduced to 2 digits each. 1, 2, 3, 5. Is there anywhere else to look? I haven't looked recently. 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, I'm gonna mark this as 1, 4. This is 1, 2, 4. I don't really want to mark triples right now. 1, 4, 5. This is 1, 5 only. Oh, and this can't be 1, so this is 4, 5. Yeah, I mentioned that and I didn't mark it. Okay, do I need to use the X-Wing? I might as well explain it at this point, because I'm a little bit stuck. When you're stuck, you just gotta kind of try things, see what you can see. Keep marking, keep looking other places. Not much else to do. So what we've done here is we've reduced 5s in this row to these 2, and in this row to these 2. But we can't have both of these 5s true, and we can't have both of these 5s true. Which means we're either going to have this 5 true and this 5 true, or this 5 true and this 5 true, making an X. That's why it's called an X-Wing. So the conclusion here is that we are going to be using up all of our 5s for the columns, because there's either going to be a 5 here or here, and there's going to be a 5 here or here. That's going to use up the 5 for the column. So this cell here, in fact, I'm going to mark them all. None of these cells in the whole column can be 5 in either of these columns. Now, some of them already couldn't be 5. These already couldn't be 5. These already couldn't be 5. They're 4 length horizontally. But these 2 not being 5 could be interesting. And this not being 5 means I can mark it as only 1, 4. So that's kind of what we learn. These are not 5s, so they're from 3, 7, 8 only. But I can't really reduce that further. Does it have to do with, let's see. If we think about 5 through 8, so 5, 7, 8 in this column. That's 3 digits. We know these aren't the 5, so we need to put 8 somewhere. It's up here. I can't actually do anything with that. Well, we know this one's not 6. Oh. Okay, so we've just had this 6 the whole time, but I overmarked that cell. So that's our 6 for the row. We do have an X-Wing on 7s now. Okay, so do you see the other X-Wing here? This X-Wing on 7s. You have to be careful that vertically and horizontally they need to share the same segment as each other, right? If there's a segment border anywhere along the X, either horizontally or vertically, it is not an X-wing. But here, because they do share the same segment vertically and the 7s share the same segment horizontally, we can say that's an X-wing, meaning these can't be 7. So what we've learned is that these two cells here are not 7 and they're not 5 because of our X-wings, putting the 5, 7 over here. The 5, 7s over here, these are the other two digits, the 3, 8. So we can put 5, 7 and 3, 8 across here. Does that help us? We have the 1, 2 pair. We have the... Oh, we already have a 3 in this column. This is maybe one of the issues with overmarking, is that you don't clean up the mark. I don't clean up the marks effectively. Anyway, so that's our 4, that's our 5, that's our 1, that's our 4. We get our 2 and our 1 here. This 5 looks up, giving us 7 and 5. We get the 3 down here. This is a 1 or a 2. That makes a 1, 2 pair, giving us the 5 and the 2. Remember our X-wing, that gives us the 5 and 7. Remember our other X-wing, that gives us the 7 and the 8. Gives us the 3 and the 8 here. So I may not have needed all that logic because I just hadn't cleaned up all my marks properly. If I get stuck, I should be watching out for that too. Anyway, that's 4, that's 3. We get all these 1, 2s that haven't collapsed yet. This 3 looks down though. That gives us the 3 and the 1. The 1 gives us the 4. So this 2 tells us this has to be 1, and we get 2 and 1, and 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 2. And we're done. Nice. All right. So I went slowly in scanning a lot of this stuff in an attempt to kind of explain what I'm looking for and what to look out for there. Hopefully that was helpful. And also the explanation of the X-wing, even though I was missing some trivial stuff. So yeah, hopefully you forgive me for that it was still interesting, even if you were yelling at me about like this 6 and this 4. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and how'd you do?